Well, we're back now with Kevin's barn. Horses have been training good. His probably will, you know what, we may not drone the 3-year-olds next week because we have a lot that are just going to take it easy. You guys got a real good look at a number of horses, and some of them don't need to be doing all the work they were doing. Emerald Miss trained hard yesterday. She doesn't need to continue to train like that on a half-mile track. Bottle of Red, I don't want her racing on a half-mile track, so good training trip yesterday for her. She can take it easy. Don't believe me, just watch, as you guys say. I will go through them right now. Adrenaline Rush trained great yesterday. You really saw him. You still saw him when he cleared over the lead. A little lazy. Kevin was picking at him and finished up strong. Kevin loves this horse, and it's pretty hard not to. He always has his ears up. When he's lazy like that, he's not sour. Always has his ears up, always doing what you ask him. Maybe doing the minimum, but always doing what you ask him. And he finished up rather well in a tough set yesterday. Better's Hope looked good also. Looks sounder to me. His feet bother him a little bit. The track was hard yesterday. Kevin said he was straighter. Seemed really good. Brushcut's been training by himself. Here's a horse that's prone to tying up. We already know he knows everything about racing. Probably a good idea for a little bit. I saw him train him free-legged the other day. It looked like he went about 25 or 30. He looked good. So maybe just training this horse free-legged, keeping him quiet is the key for Brushcut. Cruising in Style's been jogging well. He's not going to start training for a while. He looked really good. Bottle of Red, as I said, why is she down here? Bottle of Red trained well yesterday. I was really happy with her. I just barely run her down with Path of Totality. That's nothing against Bottle of Red, and a huge feather in the cap of Path of Totality. Kevin has done a fantastic job with that filly. Don't believe me, just watch. Is off for a little bit yet. This is a horse we'd operated on. Took a little piece of a bone spur off the back of his knee. There's going to be zero residual pain or issue from that. I shouldn't say pain. I don't know. There'll be no residual issue from that moving forward. They said once they take it off, it won't affect him. The reason he was getting on that line was that bone was sticking out where the ligaments and tendons are and causing some discomfort. Now that it's gone, should be dissipated. I think it was 4 weeks in the stall and mild hand walking, but don't quote me on that. I think he's off for 4 to 6 weeks. Emerald Miss, as I said, trained great yesterday. Danny moved her hard to the front, and then we were smoking on the end of it. And I think everybody was paying attention to Knockdown Dragout and didn't really pay attention to Emerald Miss. She went very, very good on the front end. Frontier Cruise kind of sat at the back, did his work. He trained very, very hard the week before, so I was happy to see that. Hometown Boys, I think, made a breaker, get interfered with. Again, this horse was trotting fluid. This is just a horse putting in work. For all the horses that are stressed and need time, this guy isn't one of them. Putting on weight, still aggressive, still needs to learn how to trot. So I'd like to keep him in a group setting if we could. Miss Brampton Beast was good. As I said, Johan was going to inhale her coming out of the turn, but she hung tough and trained really, really well. Need Your Opinion trained great. James was happy. Last week he said she was overly grabby, and then this week he said she was perfect. Path of Totality was absolutely fantastic. Top of the heap yesterday. Her and War We Welcome were head and shoulders above everybody else, I believe, yesterday training. Sunshine of May was good. Kevin loves her. He said she finished up good. He said, come time to race, she's going to be a sweetheart to go with. He said she's still a little grabby, little 400-pound or 500-pound horse, wears a snake cord with a big man sitting behind her. So she wants to get at it. Once she learns to be a little more methodical about her approach to racing, I think she'll be a decent little filly for us. Timo Houdini trained good yesterday. That's exactly what he wanted. Willpower Fashion surprised me. His hobbles were a little longer, and we were about to turn. I said to Kevin, I don't know, his hobbles look a little long. He said, geez, when he warmed up, they felt good. I said, well, you know better than me. I said, leave them the way they were. And he trotted great and looked great. War We was up. I didn't know. I didn't notice. So I apologize, Margot. So I'm going to tell you something. So I made the sets up Wednesday. We went. I never saw Kenny Sestonic on War We Was Up. I had listed Kevin on 2 horses. I had listed Kevin on War We Was Up and Adrenaline Rush in the same set. And Kevin never said a word. I didn't see War We Was Up on Wednesday. I assume he went okay. We're going to go a mile yesterday, and I see Kenny turn. I said, who do you got? War We Was Up. I see Kevin. I said, who drove this horse Wednesday? And he said, Kenny did. So Kevin was listed on both, and Ken Sestonic works for Kevin. So Kenny went with them. So he did a good job with the horse. He did a very good job with him, but maybe I'll go with War We Was Up next time. It's been a while since we really get to put him in gear and see how he is. Watch Ev was right up there actually with Path of Totality and Where We Welcome yesterday. This horse was impressive. Worked hard at the start, sat in the pocket and sprinted down on the inside and beat me with knockdown drag out, but was very, very good yesterday in training. Very impressive mile. Zeb Sunshine, go back and watch the mile and watch Zeb. Zeb did a good job. Kevin said he's getting more confident and getting more comfortable on the track. So this is one of the horses this time off actually helps quite a bit. So that's Kevin's stable. We'll be back in just a minute with Jason's barn.